Namaskar and welcome to the world of a beautiful spiritual private experience at your own time and with freedom, and go ahead and start to begin to understand how immeasurably we are greater than we think who we are. Before we start, let us start with our very special prayer. And today we're going to start with a prayer with our traditional prayers along with the Shanti mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May this great Shanti, the great peace, Shanti, Ananda, Samriddhi, shower upon every one of us, the whole universe, you and everyone around you, and me and everybody around me, everyone in this universe. And we all are one. We do not know how immeasurably powerful we are. You know, that ancient time, the classical Advaita Vedanta is coming up with the East meets West, in which we are meeting the idealistic, the analytic idealism, sounds very big, is nothing else with the West and the Eastern idealism to be analyzed, to understand. So in which it comes up with the self and consciousness, and then comes in with the world around us and this life itself. Who are we? Have you realized this is such a big question? It is bothering all of us. But you know, we are not wanting to look at it. We think we are this tiny little body and we are open to sickness and disease and problems and suffering, and our demands and desires not met, and some tiny bits are fulfilled, and we are immensely suffering away. And we have been present, we happen to inherit this huge wild universe, the world around us, uncaring, as if the universe is not bothered, the world around us is not bothered, the neighbors are not bothered, generally speaking. Some of us have wonderful neighbors, but generally the world around us, most of the people, even the first floor doesn't know who lives in the second floor. Very rarely it is a very nice, cohesive as it should be. So nobody seems to be bothered, especially the universe is not bothered. The mountain is not bothered. The river, the desert is not bothered. The animals are not bothered about who we are or we are to the animal. Are you with me? This is apparently, the plants are growing up tall and green and producing fruits and flowers, but apparently not connected with us. Now, this is where is the connection is coming in, that as per ancient India's philosophy, Kapila, as per Swami Vivekananda, is the first philosopher of the universe, and naturally in India is the first one. Thousands of years ago, close to 6,000 years, Kapila came out with called Sankhya philosophy. And Sankhya philosophy talked about, very simple, we will make it very simple and attractive and understandable, and in which we are going to cover on this Sunday also what the ancient story of our India, Bharat. How did Bharat get its name? And we will come back to it. Now, right now, just touching upon it to tell you what's in store for Sunday. So now, this apparent universe is uncaring, And we think we are isolated. And I am, the moment I think about this mind and the body and the name and the form, Kapila said that this whole nature is one, called Prakriti or Mother of the Divine Mother, and Purusha or the consciousness or Shiva. Shiva and Kali. You understand this? This is the Sankhya philosophy is coming on with, and talks about the Prakriti and Purusha, nature and consciousness. Nature cannot be experienced, meaning this mountain, this desert, this ocean, this beautiful property, these beautiful bodies, the food, the clothes cannot be experienced, which is the world around us, unless you're conscious, isn't it? You have to be conscious. You have to stay awake and alive and taste the world around. You cannot learn anything, eat anything, have fun, do anything unless you're conscious. Imagine, I'm in coma. I don't know about the world. World is vanished. Or if I'm in unconscious state, I don't know anything what is happening around. So, consciousness gives to nature to experience the nature. What does nature, Prakriti gives it to consciousness? Called Bhoga Apavarga. Bhoga Apavarga. Bhoga is enjoyment of the world. Nature gives it to us. Look at it carefully. Anything that you want to enjoy, to have fun, to learn, to play, to pleasures, whatever you think of it, it is, you have to be conscious, and nature, the world gives it to us. Along with that, world also gives us suffering. This is the bhoga. Opposite of bhoga is suffering, will be there. This is why Buddha came out with the 8 folds of, principles, the ways of the 4 suffering, basic principle. Now, same thing the Vedanta. Kapila said, what does consciousness give? Gives the nature for nature to be experienced. And nature gives bhoga. And what is apavarga? Apavarga is freedom. Freedom from this suffering. Now, we are samashti ajnana uparita chaitanya. Don't get a little bit, those who are not very comfortable with the Sanskrit. What does it mean? We do not realize who we really are. We are immensely powerful. We are in this state. And this is where when we take ourselves, we are tiny, this little body and a little mind. And I am open to all kind of mental and physical suffering and sickness and disease and thoughts and living matters, little bundle of living matter and thoughts and problems and issues and loves and hatred, and with that disappointments and accidents, and open to this roughness of the nature and also peaceful, beautiful enjoyment of blissful world around. Good and bad deemed to, along with this little body and the mind is open to what? At the end of it, aging, and aging will end to bound to die, death. And we know inevitable death is going to come. And yet, look at it. This is called Maya. We never think about it, death. We say, aha, bichara mar gaya. What happened to their family members? We look at it all that. I never think I could be there one day. And this is yet the death is doomed, and we know this is the universe which is going. So the classic Advaita Vedanta goes ahead from the Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya is talking nature and consciousness. Purusha is consciousness. Prakriti is the mother and Shiva. This is the, not really Shiva. Sankhya doesn't talk about Shiva. Sankhya talks about Purusha and Prakriti. Now, consciousness and nature. Now, comes in Advaita. Advaita goes ahead and says, it is not just consciousness and nature. It is, everything is consciousness. There is only one. One alone exists. Advaita. Not two. Not two. Only one. In Sankhya is two. Nature and Purusha. In Advaita, not two. Only one. And in this Advaita Vedanta, is emphasis on life to understand through experiences and logic. Not have faith in the book, in Bhagavad Gita, in Vedanta, in Upanishad, in Quran, in Bible. This is apparently called Bhakti Marg. And Advaita Vedanta saying experience and logic. So to the modern men and women like you and me and the world around, they all like to go ahead and experience the world with this. Now in this, the Bhakti Marg, there is one particular issue comes in, and that is, just think, what is the problem? In Bhakti, you have to have faith, and you have to say that, look, you have to have faith in the God is up there in the heaven and we are down here. And there are two. God is up there, I am down here. In the Bhakti, there is a separation of two. But remember, look at the finer analysis of Hanuman and Sri Ram. Sri Ram asked Hanumanji, Hanuman, how do you see me? Who is Ram? Ram is the consciousness. Rama, Param Atma, Atman. Isn't it? The Rama is asking who? Hanuman. Who is Hanuman? Jiva. Like you and me. So Hanuman answers beautifully. He says, Deha Buddhaya Dasoham. When I think of myself as this body, I am your servant. I am your slave. He goes ahead and says, Jiva Buddhaya Tadam Sakha. When I look at myself as I'm a sentient being, meaning I got a name, body, mind, frame, consciousness, all put together, I'm a part of you, like a wave to the ocean. I'm a part of you. And Atma Buddhya, when I look at myself as consciousness, as spirit, there is no difference between you and I. Tyameva aham, you and I are one. So this is what is the Advaita Vedanta is bringing in. We are all one consciousness. And in that one consciousness, you look at it, you say, how can it be? And this is where the confusion comes in. But it is not really confusing. Look at it, understanding it this way. Let's say this table, which is in front of me right now, or that glass of water. Where is this God in that? The Taittiriya Upanishad answers it beautifully. It says that consciousness is Ishvara. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahman. Consciousness is Sat, Chit, Ananda. Satyam, Sat, Chit is Jnanam and Anandam. Sat is what? Existence. Think, everything in this world exists. You are there listening to this, if you are, either through audiovisual method or right now through this present face-to-face through the lens of the camera. If you can see me, hear me, this is in case we are not, then you're going to see it later. But you're going to experience how is this understanding that basically is called the East and West analytical idealism, that you're doing it with consciousness and with the name and the form and the function. Now, the moment you remove them and you say this table, this glass is apparently unconscious, where is the consciousness in that? So the Advaita Vedanta says, wait, if you are not conscious, can you experience that mountain, that glass, this table? Look at this table. Think of the table. Table is made of teak wood. Where is the wood? Can I separate the wood from the table? No, I cannot. So this is what Taittiriya Upanishad says, that you cannot separate the consciousness from you. The moment you do that, if for you and I without consciousness, we are dead. We are not there. So you cannot separate the consciousness. Consciousness is existence, Sat. You say, no, there are things beyond existence. Think. We may say, just for the sake of it, argumentatively, look at it. What is the opposite of consciousness? What is the opposite of existence? What is it? Not existence. Anything which is opposite of existence does not exist. What is the opposite of consciousness? If consciousness is not there, the world vanishes. Understand it this way. So, Chit is consciousness, Sat is existence. Everything exists in this universe. Understanding it through experiences and logic makes it simple for you and I, as a scientific mind, as also spiritually driven, searching for truth. We all are searching for truth. And the moment you and I understand it, what happens? This is why we started out today. Purnamada, connected now. That is Purna. Which is that? Apparently that. That is God, Brahman, consciousness. Purnam idam. This is also Purnam. Purnamada, Purnamidam. Purnat, Purnamudachyate. Purna creates this Purna. In the theistic language, Bhakti Marg, what does it mean? God has created this universe. No, that is in the Bhakti language. God has created this universe, meaning this universe is separate from God. But Shanti Mantra Purna, Purnamada, Purnamidam is not saying that. Saying that is Purna, this is Purna, this Purna is from that Purna. But understand the next part of it. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya. Meaning, the moment you understand that this Purna and that Purna is not separate, this wood and that table is not separate, this pot and the clay which has made the pot is not separate, this gold chain, this gold bangle and the gold is not separate, this wave, that bubble, that froth, that ocean is not separate from water. Water alone is real. Consciousness alone is real. Is it making some sense? The Advaita Vedanta is saying consciousness alone, Purnam alone has created this Purnam. This is this world. Purnamidam is this world. Purnamada is apparently that. But that and this. In other words, Sankhya is saying Prakriti, Purusha is not separate as per Advaita. They're both one. So that consciousness has created this world. Just like wood has created this table. Gold has created the ornament. Water has created wave and the ocean. Imagine, can I take away the water from the ocean? Will the ocean remain? No. Can I take away the water from the wave? Will it remain? No. Can I take away the consciousness from you and me? We will not exist. And this is what it means. We are extremely powerful. Now, what is Advaita Vedanta saying? The moment you and I realize, no, Purna Mudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vasishtate, then Purnam alone remains. The moment you and I realize Purnam alone remains, meaning consciousness alone remains, meaning completeness, wholeness, meaning no shortage. So what is the essence of this little talk? Affluence. Affluence is no shortage. Whatever you want, it's in abundance. Affluence. Abundantness, meaning no shortage. And unboundedness, meaning no limit. In what? Health, joy, ananda, property, finance, prosperity, health, relationship, anything you can think about, provided you get aligned to that Purnamada, Purnamidam. Know it. Just in very simple language, you and I should know it. When we know it, and basically initially it is logically knowing it, intellectually knowing it. But as you know it and as you practice with truth alone wins. Satyameva Jayate. Truth alone will win. Holding on to truth and ethical manifestation, living life with purity for other people, not what can I get. We always think about what can I get from this? What can I give to the world? So, before you possess, donate first. First give. Whatever you want to have, give it first. It'll come to us, come to you and me. Automatically that Purnam is there. Have you realized? Apply it in the practical life in this world. Look at the nature. Does the river drink its own water? No. Think, does the fruit tree eat its own fruit? No. Does the flower smells its own fragrance? No, apparently no. So this is the world I'm inviting you to in. That understanding it, knowing it, and as you keep practicing it, then you will become realized master. And every one of us can. And do not limit this nature, this consciousness, this God, this divine mother, name it whatever you like, Allah, God, Christ, whatever name. Water, Tanni, Pani, Jal, you in French, everything is water. Everything is oneness. This oneness is what you and I are after. You and I, we are one. And first, maybe intellectual. How is it? We technically understand, try to logically understand. This gold ornament and that gold ornament is not separate. They're both with one gold. So that wooden chair, that wooden table, and this wooden table are not separate. They're all with one wood. Are you with me? Now, let's take it on and discuss more. Ask some good question. We are going to tell you a beautiful story how, we have forgotten about the rich heritage of India, Bharat. Why was, little bit we know from our ancient school study, social study, history, but I'm going to give you the full strength of the beautiful story of India, Bharat. We are proud to be Asato ma Sat Gamaya, Tamaso ma Jyoti Gamaya, Mrityur ma Amritam Gamaya. We are proud to be Indians and proud to be human beings, the human consciousness. And all country, all world is leading is this world into oneness, into the whole. And this is what exactly the G23 meeting which was going in, that we are talking about oneness. This oneness you and I need to not just know it, technically believe in it, or try to follow it, or just talk about it, but realize it as your own. Just like you realize you're listening to me. How do you know you're listening? If somebody asked, did you listen? You said, yes. He said, how do you know that? You said, do you mind? I listen. They said, yes, but tell me, how do you know it? How do you know, my question to you, that you are a human being? How do I know that I'm not a monkey or a donkey? I just know it. That knowingness is consciousness. And that's where we ask the Divine Mother of the universe, take us from unreal to real. Take us from darkness of ignorance to the wisdom of light. Take us from death of this physical body to immortality through knowingness and through being and becoming. Being and becoming. Jai Guru.